What a political drama it was that broke over the weekend. A political scandal that has shaken Delhi. It all started when a Delhi-based lawyer, Jai Anant Dehadrai, first wrote a complaint separately to the Lok Sabha Speaker, the CBI and BJP MP Nishikant Dubey. Now, in his letter, Dehadrai claimed that TMC MP Mahua Moitra took cash and favors from a business house in order to ask questions in the Lok Sabha. Not just that, he also alleged that these questions were asked at the behest of the Hiranandani Group in order to sabotage the Adani Group and attack the Modi government. In a nutshell, what is this lawyer saying? He is saying that a Lok Sabha MP, which is Mahua Moitra, was basically working at the behest of one business house in order to sabotage his rival. And for that, she got paid in cash and kind. Now, first, let's break up exactly what his allegations are. In the complaint, Dehadrai says that between 2019 and 2023, Mahua Moitra asked 61 questions in the Lok Sabha. 50 of them, according to him, were of such a nature that they would either damage the Adani Group or benefit the Hiranandani Group. These were questions that were posted from Mahua's Lok Sabha online account. Shockingly, Dehadrai also says that she didn't even post these questions. They were done directly by the Hiranandani Group because the Lok Sabha login credentials of the MP were shared with the Hiranandani Group. In return, he says Moitra was given gifts, cash, and even helped in remodeling her entire house. Among the gifts mentioned are as follows: iPhones, diamond and emerald jewelry, scarves from Hermes and Louis Vuitton, 35 pairs of Salvatore Ferragamo shoes, dozens of bottles of French and Italian wines, Gucci bags, luxury cosmetics from Dubai, and packets of cash. Now, one must remember that all of these are claims by Dehadrai. He actually also quotes a specific instance where he says that he saw Moitra in possession of a packet containing 20,000 pounds sterling in cash. Based on these allegations, Nishikant Dubey went a step further. The BJP MP, Nishikant Dubey, he shot off a letter to Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla demanding, one, that an inquiry be instituted against Moitra, and two, until the time that the inquiry is finished, she should be suspended from Parliament. He separately also wrote to the IT Ministry. Why? He said that, listen, there are charges that Mahua Moitra gave her login credentials to a business house. This must be probed because this is against the sanctity of Parliament. Meanwhile, Mahua Moitra has called all of these charges rubbish. She's also sent a legal notice to multiple entities, including both Nishikant Dubey and Dehadrai, saying that their comments against her are false and defamatory. She's also categorically denied accepting any remuneration in cash or gifts or benefits of any kind in relation to the work that she does as a member of Parliament. So why did Dehadrai make all of these allegations? Mahua Moitra says that he is only trying to malign her image because the two have had a falling out. The individual charges aside, politically, this is a massive controversy. Mahua Moitra is one of the prominent voices against the centre, inside and outside the Lok Sabha. So today, all of Team INDIA rallied around her, saying that she became too inconvenient, and which is why she is being silenced and browbeaten.
बीजेपी जो है, बीजेपी के एमपी निशिकांत दुबे वो महुआ मोइत्रा पर ये आरोप लगा रहे हैं कि उन्होंने पैसे लिए, ब्राइबरी लिए, ताकि और उसके बाद उन्होंने अदानी को जो है वो पार्लियामेंट में क्रिटिसाइज किया है। इस तरीके के
निशिकांत दुबे जी का इतिहास आपको शायद मालूम नहीं, जरा रिसर्च कर लीजिए।
एक अच्छे सांसद के रूप में, डिबेटर के रूप में, जिम्मेदार के रूप में उनको अवार्ड भी मिला है। जब भी वो संसद में निशिकांत दुबे बोलते हैं तो निशिकांत दुबे तथ्यों के आधार पर बोलते हैं। संसद के अंदर निशिकांत दुबे बिना तथ्य का कोई बात न लिखते न देते।
और निशिकांत दुबे जी ने जो आरोप लगाया, गंभीर आरोप है, वो उसको जो प्रिविलेज कमेटी है उसको तुरंत उसको ऊपर कार्रवाई करना चाहिए, बंगाल की जनता की मांग है। वो प्रिविलेज कमेटी के करना चाहिए। आरोप बहुत गंभीर है। निशिकांत दुबे बहुत सीनियर एमपी है, हमारी लीडर है, पार्लियामेंट का जुझारू वक्ता है।
वंश के हैं राजनीति में, ये तो स्वाभाविक है। क्या लोकतंत्र के मंदिर में यह भी सवाल पूछने का अधिकार नहीं है कि कौन क्या सवाल पूछेगा? यह भी भाजपा तय करेगी। महुआ मोइत्रा ने जो सवाल खड़ा किया है वह देश के अंदर जो साइलेंट करप्शन हो रहा है, जो मोदी सरकार के नेतृत्व में, अगर उस संदर्भ का कोई सवाल उठाया है तो यह बिल्कुल सही है और लोकतंत्र के मूल्यों के अनुरूप है।
The big questions then are as following. Did Mahua Moitra really take any cash or favors to ask questions? The questions, remember, were asked. But were they asked in order to benefit the Hiranandani Group or to sabotage the Adani Group, or were they asked in public interest? And finally, can such serious charges really be based on the allegations of a person who the MP claims has an axe to grind against her? Let me take that across. Joining us now, Shatarupa, spokesperson of the BJP, Harshvardhan Tripathi, senior journalist, Shubhankar Bhattacharya, political analyst, Shikha Mukherjee, senior journalist, and senior journalist Vinod Agnihotri. Shubhankar Bhattacharya, I first want to ask you just the nature of the allegations. Can they be just shrugged away? For a member of parliament to be accused of taking money, and he's given some very specific details, saying that I myself heard one phone conversation take place where the Hiranandani Group said that you are Santa's little helper.
Okay. See, no, it should not be shrugged away. Rather, it should be seen much more seriously than it already is. But yes, the background of the entire issue should also be taken into notice. What is the background? Let me tell you. There are 2 FIRs filed by Mahua Moitra against Jai Anant Dehadrai. And those are, one is on 25th March 2023 and the second one on 23rd September 2023. There were 2 FIRs filed against this guy who was actually continuously stalking Moitra. Maybe earlier they had friendship, but later on when they had a fallout, he was stalking Mahua Moitra. He was continuously, there were some malicious and completely outrageous messages which were sent to her. And then even he tried to trespass the official residence of Mahua Moitra twice. Once he had actually taken away Mahua Moitra's dog, right? So these 2 allegations were already there, and the FIRs were placed much ahead of while this Jai Anant has come ahead and gone to Dubai when he was actually trying with a lot of media houses and nobody was buying his story. But now when he has caught up with this BJP leader, and now he has found some solace in him, so he thinks that he can get away too easily with it. And let me just make it very particular, because I guess the BJP has been talking widely about women empowerment and all. At that time, basically, when you try to malign any particular, that can be a press reporter, a journalist, a leader, or an actor. But if you are trying to outrage the dignity of a woman, it should be taken seriously, and this should not be happening. See, allegations are welcome. You want to investigate, go into it. But trying to malign, trying to do character assassination, that is something which is completely not democratic at all.
100%. I don't even think that is up for debate. What a lady, whether an MP or otherwise, is doing in her personal life is neither your business, nor the BJP's, nor anybody else's. What she does in her personal life is entirely her personal life. So which is why we're limiting ourselves entirely to the allegations made over here and a specific complaint made by a member of parliament. Now, let me quote specifically to what Mr. Bhattacharya was saying there. Shatarupa, here is what the legal notice sent by Mahua Moitra says. Mr. Dehadrai was a close friend of our client, is a resident of Delhi. Our client shared a close personal friendship with noticee number 2 for several years. There was a falling out for a variety of personal reasons, and matters started to become acrimonious. It became apparent that he had designs to extract a personal vendetta, potentially on account of acrimonious cessation of their friendship. He not only repeatedly threatened our client with vile, malicious, vulgar messages, but trespassed into her official government residence and stole some personal possessions, including her pet dog, which he later returned. The gist of the complaint is that he is a disgruntled man, and the BJP is piggybacking on a disgruntled man to take on a political rival. How can you trust him?
Padmaja, first of all, good evening to all of you. As far as this is concerned, Mahua Moitra has always considered herself to be the cat's whiskers. Now, I completely agree with you. Her personal life is entirely her personal life. So whether they are photos with another MP, or whether her dog has been kidnapped, or somebody is writing malicious things to her, is again her own problem. But if you notice what Nishikant Dubey has said, he has been very categoric in saying that there is a letter or complaint from Jai Anant Dehadrai, who has very categorically said, and this has been followed up by Gautam Adani's official spokesperson, who has said that they have Mahua Moitra in cahoots with some Darshan Hiranandani, has been paid to raise questions in Parliament, which you very rightly pointed out. Again, while Shubhankar might laugh it off, we are not really concerned about her questions or the way she raises the questions or her attitude or her body language. We're not concerned about that. What is of major concern is that these questions have been raised through a Lok Sabha MP's, Mahua Moitra's, own IP protocol. I mean, it's been done through her identity to access to the Lok Sabha, which is a major concern. This then becomes a national security issue. That is what we are concerned about. And Nishikant Dubey has not gone into personal attacks or personal accusations. He has simply written to Om Birla as the Speaker of Parliament, please check out who has been doing this. This is the complaint that we have received. Kindly check out whether this is a violation of national security or not. So I don't understand, very frankly, why, like Mahua Moitra, Shubhankar Bhattacharya, or I don't know who else will speak on your panel now, that they're so agitated about Mahua Moitra's personal life. BJP is not. I, for one, as a woman, am really not interested in whatever she does in her personal life. That's her prerogative.
Mr. Bhattacharya, specific allegations, and these can be checked. For example, okay, technical point being raised, was Mr. Hiranandani given access to Mahua Moitra's Lok Sabha login credentials? Did he post questions from her Lok Sabha login? I want to point out that even Mahua Moitra has not denied it. Instead, she has said, all parliamentary work of MPs is done by PAs, assistants, interns, large teams. Respected Vaishnav, please release details of location and login of all MPs with CDRs. So did somebody else have access to the questions that she was posing? It's a fairly narrow and specific allegation to make and can be corroborated, Mr. Bhattacharya.
See, Padmaja, you are a lady. Satrupa, who was speaking earlier, she's also a dignified lady. And I guess we should not take it so easily. No, Mr. Nishikant Dubey didn't make it such an easy case out of it. He didn't only simply ask. The very first thing, as you know, as per the BJP guidelines, I hope so, he has demanded immediate suspension of Mahua Moitra even before the things has been investigated. Number one. Number two, the immediate timing of the release of the photographs with Shashi Tharoor and, you know,
again, why are you bringing up her personal picture? I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to have anyone else talk about it. Why are you bringing it up?
No, it has to be.
I am saying on this show, for me, it's a non-issue.
These are the...
Her photos are her photos. I will not play it. I will not talk about it.
Please listen to the answer even.
Talk about the case.
See, this
I
is
don't care about her pictures.
If you don't want to have a, See, if you want my opinion, I can give mine.
But why are
right?
you
If allow
dragging
me
in
to
her
do
personal
so.
pictures when
If you
I am
don't,
saying I don't
I'll
want to
remain
talk
shut.
about it?
I'll let it be only again. See, this is the thing. This is the problem. See, if you want my opinion, I'm just over here to debate. A proper debate is when you have both the opinions. So hear my opinion out. You don't agree with it, fine. But
Okay.
let me speak it out. The very first thing is, see, Nishikant Dubey demanded immediate suspension of Mahua Moitra. Number one, right? So it is not that easy a case. Number two, Mahua Moitra has welcomed, it was on her, I am not defending Mahua Moitra, but Mahua Moitra herself has come forward and said, okay, fine, investigate my case. But also investigate the Adani scams and everything that she had actually raised, again, which this particular vendetta is actually happening. This is taking place because of that. Number three, why is it so? Any particular leader questioning the three musketeers of BJP, the Honorable Modi ji, Honorable Amit Shah ji, and Honorable Adani ji. Why is it such a big issue to question the power? And whosoever has questioned them has been either put behind bars or there has been certain vendetta, and that is now exposed in public.
ओके हर्षवर्धन जी, क्या ये लॉयर जो हैं बीजेपी के इशारे पे काम कर रहे हैं इन ऑर्डर टू साइलेंस अ डिट्रैक्टर ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट?
Arrows have come from the same bow.
देखिए पद्मजा, मुझे लगता है कि सबसे पहले तो ये डिबेट पूरी तरह से निशिकांत दुबे ने जो आरोप लगाए हैं उस पर है। महुआ मोइत्रा या कोई महिला या कोई पुरुष अपनी पर्सनल लाइफ में क्या करता है इससे किसी का कोई वास्ता नहीं होना चाहिए। और नेशनल डिबेट में इसका जिक्र, अगर आपने सवाल पूछा होता तो बहुत अच्छा था, लेकिन बिना सवाल पूछे जिक्र करना, इसका मतलब ये है कि आपके पास फैक्ट्स नहीं है, आपके पास कोई लॉजिक नहीं है। इस पूरे प्रकरण में अगर हम देखें तो आरोप क्या है? आरोप बहुत साफ साफ है। जो महुआ मोइत्रा के ही पुराने एक दोस्त हैं या जो भी हो, हम लोग तो जानते नहीं हैं, कुछ अभी चर्चाएं आ रही हैं कि वो पहले से एक दूसरे को जानते हैं, उनके बिहाफ पर कुछ चीजें आई हैं। उन्होंने एक चिट्ठी लिखी, उस चिट्ठी में बताया कि देखिए किस तरह से महुआ मोइत्रा एक रिप्रेजेंटेटिव के तौर पर, पीपल्स रिप्रेजेंटेटिव के तौर पर जो उनको राइट्स मिले हुए हैं उसका दुरुपयोग कर रही हैं। एक कंपनी के हक में सवाल पूछ रही है, एक कंपनी को डैमेज करना चाहती हैं। और उससे आगे जब हम जाते हैं, उन सवालों का रेफरेंस आप देखिए, उन सवालों में शायद ही कहीं उनकी अपनी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी से या किसी ऐसे मसले से दिखता है जिसको लगे, हालांकि किसी भी सांसद को कुछ भी पूछने का अधिकार है, क्योंकि जब लोकसभा सांसद या राज्यसभा सांसद है तो कुछ भी पूछ सकते हैं। इसका मतलब जो उसका प्रीमाइस है, जो बेसिस है, वो तो दुरुस्त दिख रहा है कि अगर 61 में से 50 सवाल महुआ मोइत्रा। अब उसके आगे की बात, जब निशिकांत कहते हैं, निशिकांत दुबे कि अश्विनी वैष्णव से कि भाई लोकेशन पता कीजिए, लॉगिन डिटेल, जो कि मेरा ये मानना है कि अगर सच है तो ये आपराधिक मामला है। एक तो है करप्शन का, एक है ब्रीच ऑफ ट्रस्ट का, एक है कंटेम्प्ट ऑफ लोकसभा का, लेकिन उससे आगे क्या है? आपराधिक मामला है। अगर ये सही है, मैं फिर से कह रहा हूं क्योंकि हम में से किसी को पता नहीं, लेकिन अगर ये सही कि कोई और लॉगिन करता था, क्योंकि महुआ मोइत्रा का भी एक मुझे एक्स पर एक पोस्ट दिखी, वो नहीं है कि ऑल पार्लियामेंट्री वर्क ऑफ एमपीज डन बाय पीएज, असिस्टेंट्स, इंटर्न्स, लार्ज टीम्स, रिस्पेक्टेड please release details of location and login details of all MPs with CDRs। इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? इसका मतलब ये होता है जिसको हम कहते हैं ना, चोर की दाढ़ी में तिनका। ये इशारा करता है जब आपके ऊपर कोई आरोप लगे आप उसका जवाब देना चाहिए। जैसे ही आपको कहा जाए कोई जांच होगी तो पूरे देश की पहले जांच कीजिए, जितने लोग इस तरह के अपराधी हैं उनकी जांच कीजिए, ये संदेह पैदा करता है। और मैं फिर से कह रहा हूं, महुआ मोइत्रा के ऊपर जो आरोप लगे हैं इसके पहले कैश फॉर क्वेरी हो चुका है, सांसदों को उनकी सदस्यता से हटाया जा चुका है। ऐसा नहीं कि ये देश में नया मामला है, इस बार ये मामला और गंभीर इसलिए हो जाता है कि इसमें लॉगिन डिटेल्स देने की बात है और एक खास बिजनेसमैन को लाभ पहुंचाना और एक खास बिजनेसमैन को नुकसान पहुंचाना, वो दिख रहा है। बाकी जांच एजेंसियां तय करेंगी।
विनोद जी, चोर की दाढ़ी में तिनका है क्या?
पता नहीं, ना तो मैंने दाढ़ी देखी ना तिनका देखा। मैं तो जो हमारे मित्र हर्षवर्धन जी ने कहा कि कैश फॉर क्वेरी से ही शुरू करूंगा। कैश फॉर क्वेरी का जो मामला आया था, मैं तो उसमें पार्लियामेंट बहुत कवर करता था, उसमें एक स्टिंग ऑपरेशन हुआ था और उस स्टिंग ऑपरेशन में उन सारे एमपीज ने जिन पर आरोप थे खुद स्वीकार किया था कि पैसे लेकर के सवाल पूछते हैं और कई जगह तो बाकायदा पैसे लेते हुए और ये सारी चीजें उस कैमरे में दिखाई गई थी। उसके बाद फिर उसकी जांच हुई और उन सारे जो है एमपीज के खिलाफ कार्रवाई हुई और उनको बर्खास्त किया गया। इसमें एक चिट्ठी लिखी है एक वकील साहब ने, निशिकांत दुबे जी सांसद हैं, सम्मानित सांसद हैं, उन्होंने स्पीकर को लिखी है और उसमें वो सारे आरोप लगाए गए जो आपने अभी गिनाए हैं और वो कैसे उन्होंने गिफ्ट और कैश क्या क्या लिया, सारी चीजें। मुझे लगता है कि आरोप अगर लगाए गए हैं तो उनको सब्सटेंशिएट भी करना चाहिए, क्योंकि महुआ मोइत्रा एक सार्वजनिक फिगर है, उनकी पर्सनल लाइफ किससे है उससे हमें मतलब नहीं, किसी को मतलब नहीं होना चाहिए। वो एक सार्वजनिक फिगर है, अगर उन पर आरोप लगा है तो गंभीर बात है। तो जिसने आरोप लगाया है ये उसकी प्राइमा फेसी जिम्मेदारी बनती है कि वो सॉलिड ठोस सबूत स्पीकर साहब को दे, स्पीकर साहब उस पर जांच कराएं, प्रिविलेज कमेटी को दें, एथिक्स कमेटी को दें, जिसको भी देना हो दें और जांच करा के दूध का दूध पानी का पानी करें। और
क्या जांच होते वक्त उनको सस्पेंड करना चाहिए?
वो करा सकते हैं और महुआ मोइत्रा ने कहा भी है। नहीं, मुझे लगता है नहीं सस्पेंड करना चाहिए। इसलिए सस्पेंड नहीं करना चाहिए कि सस्पेंड करने का मतलब आपने दोषी मान लिया प्राइमा फेसी। भाई जो एमपीज जिनके खिलाफ कैश फॉर क्वेरी वेट हुआ था वो भी सस्पेंड नहीं किए गए थे, उसके बाद बाकायदा सीधे बर्खास्त किए गए थे, क्योंकि उसमें तो बाकायदा टेलीविजन उनका जो है स्टिंग ऑपरेशन में उनकी बाइट थी, पैसे लेते हुए दिखाया, स्वीकार कर रहे हैं हमने इससे पैसे लिए। तो ये सब तो अगर पैसे लेने का आरोप लगाया गया है तो उसको सब्स्टिट्यूट करना पड़ेगा। कैश लिया गया,
कैश फॉर क्वेरी जो पहले था वहां स्टिंग ऑपरेशन था, यहां सिर्फ एक क्लेम है। क्लेम के बेसिस पे किसी के खिलाफ एक्शन लिया जा सकता है?
नहीं पद्मजा, मुझे लगता है कि बिल्कुल एक्शन लेना ही होगा और विनोद जी भी वही बात कह रहे हैं जो मैं कह रहा हूं। आखिर विनोद जी क्या कह रहे हैं? वो कह रहे हैं कि प्रिविलेज कमेटी को मामला जाए, वो जांच करे। जब एक सांसद दूसरे सांसद के ऊपर आरोप लगा रहा है तो ये सिर्फ ऐसा नहीं कि निशिकांत दुबे किसी डिबेट के बीच में खड़े हुए और उन्होंने आरोप लगा दिया है। ये एक जो जय अनंत देहाद्राय जो भी हैं, वो वकील साहब जो भी सज्जन हैं, उन्होंने बाकायदा कुछ डिटेलिंग की है, कुछ बताया है, कुछ सीक्वेंस इवेंट्स को जोड़ते हुए बताया है।
I just want to make a few things clear. For example, I've read his affidavit, his complaint, etc. For example, Harshvardhan ji, you want to listen to this? He has said कि भाई I overheard this conversation. Apart from this payment, the undersigned heard a conversation between Srimati Moitra and Srimati Hiranandani approximately on 25th of December 2021 in Goa, pertaining to another tranche of 2 crores in cash, which were paid by Sri Hiranandani to Srimati Moitra in May 2021, specifically for targeting Gautam Adani and Honorable Prime Minister in Lok Sabha. But then he says that this tranche of 2 crores in cash was made via Hawala channels to a very close associate of Mahua Moitra. अब पहले वो कह रहे हैं 2 करोड़ गया, पर वो कह रहे हैं हवाला से गया, तो ये सब प्रूव कैसे होगा?
नहीं पद्मजा, देखिए इसकी तो जांच होगी और जब भी इस तरह के आरोप लगते हैं, हमने इस देश में बहुत बड़े नेताओं के ऊपर, महुआ मोइत्रा तो एक पार्टी की सिर्फ सांसद भर हैं, पार्टियों के बाकायदा सबसे प्रमुख चेहरों के ऊपर हवाला के आरोप लगे। उन्होंने तो त्यागपत्र भी दे दिया था, एक दिन की प्रतीक्षा नहीं की थी कि हमारे ऊपर कोई आरोप लगा है, डायरी में, जैन डायरी में कोई नाम लिख गया है या कहीं किसी डायरी में कोई नाम लिख गया है। मुझे लगता है जो पीपल्स रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, जनता का प्रतिनिधि होता है, उसकी बड़ी जिम्मेदारी होती है। मैं ये नहीं कह रहा हूं कि महुआ मोइत्रा के ऊपर आरोप लग गया तो वो दोषी हो गई, ये हमें से कोई कह भी नहीं सकता है। लेकिन अगर इतना गंभीर आरोप लगा, और मैंने वो चिट्ठी पढ़ी है जो जय अनंत देहाद्राय की चिट्ठी है और जिसमें क्वेश्चंस के डिटेल हैं, आप उसको अगर देखें तो कहीं न कहीं संदेह पैदा करता है। एक सांसद के ऊपर अगर इस तरह का संदेह पैदा होता है, और उससे आगे की बात है, अगर उसी तरह के इवेंट हो रहे हैं, उसी तरह से जो इंटरनेशनल जो एजेंसीज हैं या इंटरनेशनल जो जिसको हम कहते हैं ना कि अलग अलग पब्लिकेशंस हैं, शॉर्ट सेलर्स हैं, वो भी उसी आधार पर रिपोर्ट तैयार कर रहे हैं, तो इसमें बहुत सी चीजें हैं। मुझे लगता है ये एजेंसियों को जांच करना चाहिए और सबसे पहले तो लोकसभा की प्रिविलेज कमेटी को ये जाना चाहिए, वही तय करेंगी। हम लोग तो इस डिबेट पे उस पर से यही बात कर सकते हैं ना कि उसको करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए। और मुझे
संदेह पैदा करता है। लेट मी ऐड टू दिस, 2 करोड़ हवाला की बात हुई है। इन एडिशन टू दैट, इट ऑल्सो सेज that before this 75 lakh rupees was also paid separately. This is what Mr. Dehadrai overheard on the phone. He overheard 2 conversations, one about 75 lakhs, one about 2 crore. संदेह पैदा करता है, especially also because सवाल तो पूछे गए हैं. That nobody is denying that 50 out of 61 questions were in some way related to Hiranandani Group and Adani Group. संदेह पैदा होता है विनोद जी.
पद्मजा, इस देश में एक स्टॉक ब्रोकर ने देश के तत्कालीन प्रधानमंत्री पर बाकायदा 1 करोड़ रुपए लेने का आरोप प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में लगाया था, नरसिम्हा राव जी पर. पूरे देश में हल्ला मचा था. हम लोग सबके सामने है स्मृति में वो चीज, लेकिन वो आज तक साबित नहीं हो पाया कि नरसिम्हा राव जी ने पैसे लिए थे कि नहीं लिए थे. नंबर 1, आरोप लगाना और आरोप साबित होना दोनों अलग अलग चीजें और दोनों के बीच में गैप है. मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि जांच होनी चाहिए. महुआ मोइत्रा खुद कह रही है जांच होनी चाहिए. उन्होंने तो लिखा है कि बिल्कुल जांच कराइए आप मेरी, मैं तैयार हूं इसके लिए. वो खुद कह रहे हैं जांच कराइए. और दूसरी बात यह है कि 61 में से 51 सवाल उन्होंने पूछे अडानी प्रकरण से संबंधित. ठीक है, उनका अधिकार है. कोई भी वो 61 में से 61 भी अगर पूछ देती तो भी तब तक जब तक कि कैश ट्रांजैक्शन और सारी चीजों का आरोप साबित न हो जाए तब तक आप नहीं कर सकते उस पर. क्योंकि ये सांसद, मैंने पुराने आप उठा के रिकॉर्ड देखिए, कई सांसद जो है तमाम कॉर्पोरेट घरानों के बारे में सवाल पूछते रहे हैं और लगातार पूछते रहे हैं. पैसे का लेन देन जब तक साबित नहीं होगा, जो सबसे बड़ा महत्वपूर्ण चीज है इसमें, और इसके लिए जांच जरूरी है. ये हर्षवर्धन जी भी यही बात कर रहे हैं, मैं भी कह रहा हूं, महुआ मोइत्रा भी कह रही है और निशिकांत दुबे भी कह रहे हैं. तो इसमें तो कोई विरोध है ही नहीं कि जांच होनी चाहिए. तो जांच होने में क्या दिक्कत है? वो स्पीकर का अपना डिसीजन होगा, विवेक होगा, वो किससे जांच कराते हैं. प्रिविलेज कमेटी को सौंपते हैं, एथिक्स कमेटी को सौंपते हैं, किसी एजेंसी को देते हैं. ये स्पीकर जी के, उनके बिरला जी के विवेक पर है. लेकिन इसके पहले सस्पेंड कर देना तो सीधे सीधे आपने
you are jumping the gun. Everyone is saying, including Mahua Moitra, I am open to an investigation. Why are you asking for suspension?
चिट्ठी लिख देगा.
Why are you assuming guilt? Based on what?
Padmaja, Harshavardhan ji very correctly pointed out, he was talking about a tall leader who resigned the moment the Hawala scam, and he was accused in the Hawala scam. And that tall leader is no other than LK Advani ji. And I think it should be an example. Nobody has to tell somebody to suspend herself for leave. That person herself, if she is so big for her boots and she knows that she's done nothing wrong, she's holier than
that was, with the greatest of respect, that was a different time. I will remind you only of the Karnataka elections gone by, where contractors said that chief minister has taken a cut, where ministers have taken a cut. Now, in an atmosphere where wild allegations are heard by everyone, the Rafale deal, it was alleged that kickbacks have been taken. Now, everyone would have time pending investigation, because everyone is accusing everyone else of corruption.
Nobody is resigning, Padmaja. I think it was just a way of saying that while the investigation is on, she may be requested to, maybe she may be suspended. Now, if it is entirely Om Birla ji's discretion, whether he will take the decision or not, the BJP MP has requested for a suspension. Okay. It may or may not happen. There is no need to suffer. You're not. I mean, the Trinamool people should not suffer from persecution mania.
Okay, persecution complex. To say that, BJP is going after you, Mr. Dehadrai is an independent, element, Shikha Mukherjee. To try and put this on the BJP is persecution complex.
Well, I don't know who's persecuting whom, but it looks very much like Mahua Moitra is being persecuted. I mean, I'm looking at these Twitter comments. She's a filthy criminal. She's foul-mouthed. Are these descriptions of Mahua Moitra, whom I've known personally for a number of years? Having said that, let me also suggest to the BJP, why are you getting impatient about suspending her? The elections are not so far away. Let it be, yeah? Let the BJP defeat her and send her packing in West Bengal. She's an MP. The elections are due. It's not a state issue. 2024, just wait a few months. She'll be out if you can defeat her. If you can't defeat her, too bad. I mean, I really don't understand the logic of this absolute vehement demand that let's get her out of the parliament. I mean, what is the hurry? It'll be either one way or the other, whatever happens, it will be there by May.
Which is to assume that this is being done to get her out of parliament. Again, let us be scrupulous about facts. Shikha Mukherjee poke one issue about the login. The second very specific allegation that has been made, which again can be corroborated, is where he says in 2019, after winning the Lok Sabha election from Krishnanagar, Srimati Moitra was allotted her home at 9B Telegraph Lane. She was not happy with it, dissatisfied with what was being offered to her by the CPWD. She made multiple phone calls to Shri Hiranandani expressing her dissatisfaction at the budgetary limitations. Then it says she accepted an offer from him to have her entire house virtually demolished and redesigned by his team of architects based in Mumbai. Now, all of this, again, is a conflict of interest and can be independently corroborated. So it's not as simple as, oh, all of this is rubbish, which is being put out by a disgruntled man.
Let's be very, very clear. Everything is... given the fact that this guy, what's his name, Jai Anant
Dehadrai.
Jai Anant Dehadrai Mahua has filed 2 police cases against him. Nobody goes around filing police cases against somebody else unless it's a fairly serious matter. I mean, these are the
which is fair. I'm saying let's look at the evidence on record and whether it can be proven.
May I finish my point?
Yes.
My point is very simple. I would take Dehadrai's allegations because he's not submitting proof. I have overheard, I have heard, I have noted. So prove the point. Prove the point. If this lady has indeed indulged in accepting gifts. I mean, I'm not even going into conflict of interest. Accepting gifts, corruption is a very, very serious charge.
Okay.
And there are very, very specific rules in Parliament about what is a gift and what is not. And therefore, if this is to be, it has to be investigated. Investigation cannot be done by Om Birla. Om Birla is not competent to
No, it will be a privileges committee. That's what being sought.
Precisely. So privileges committee or a police investigation or an IT investigation or
okay. 2 points that you have raised very quickly, Harshvardhanji, because he was smiling. Let him come first and then you answer, Shatrupa. Why are you so eager to get Mahua out of Lok Sabha? Wait for 2024. But Harshvardhanji, you first. Yes.
नहीं पद्मजा, मैं कोई काउंटर नहीं करना चाहता. बस एक चीज, मुझे शिखा जी बहुत सीनियर जर्नलिस्ट है, वो इस बात पर क्यों जोर दे रहे हैं कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी हराएगी. अरे ऐसा थोड़ी ना है कि अगर बीजेपी किसी को हरा नहीं पाएगी और वो गलत काम करे तो उसके लिए इंतजार करना पड़ेगा कि कोई उसको चुनाव में हराए. मुझे लगता है ये दोनों एक दूसरे से रिलेट नहीं करता है. ये मतलब कोई अगर चुनाव कहीं हारे या जीते उसके आधार पर उसका कोई उसके ऊपर आरोप लगे, कोई करप्शन, कोई क्रिमिनल चार्ज, तो वो सिर्फ इस वजह से उसके ऊपर आरोप नहीं, उसके ऊपर कार्रवाई नहीं होनी चाहिए कि बीजेपी उसको हरा नहीं पा रही. ये बड़ा हास्यास्पद हो जाएगा.
Okay, Shatrupa. I'll come back to you, Shikha ji. Yes.
Yeah, Harshvardhan ji, thank you. You have already said half my point. And Shikha ji, well taken. I am sure this will be conveyed to the national leadership that Mahua Moitra is all like desperate, waiting to be defeated. That's a different issue altogether. But I just wanted to say one more thing. That is, I mean, if Mahua Moitra is bent on proving that diamonds and perfumes are women's best friends, that is entirely her prerogative. We are not concerned about this. I just want to reiterate again that we are not concerned with who said what and why and under what circumstances. We are only concerned about the Lok Sabha access by an MP has possibly been violated. So therefore, this becomes a matter of national security. We are asking for an inquiry for that. And while this kind of an inquiry happens, we are asking for a suspension, which again is subject to debate.
Get Ashwini Vaishnav department to investigate and release all the details of Mahua Moitra to begin with, and then the others, of course. I mean, why should any one person be singled out alone? Yes, there is an allegation against Mahua Moitra. There are criminal charges against 93 or some 83 BJP MPs. So what? Are they not functioning?
Wherever there are criminal charges, including against BJP MPs, they also get investigated.
What is
We
all
are
this?
talking about
I mean, just
access.
because it's Mahua Moitra, criminal, she's filthy, all of these this language is to be used?
Who's called her a filthy criminal?
I certainly disagree.
Who's called her a filthy criminal, ma'am?
Check Twitter out.
Well,
Lots and
I
lots
really
of
would not put
trolling
much
is
value on
happening.
what people
It's
on Twitter say.
nasty. It's
I'm sure, ma'am,
really
you have
nasty.
seen the general level of discourse there is hardly something that we hold as a standard for what the country thinks. That being said, I think this is the very rare opportunity where, without exception, everyone agrees that there should be an investigation. I don't think you disagree, or Mr. Bhattacharya disagrees, or Harshvardhan Tripathi disagrees, or Mr. Agnihotri disagrees. Everyone on this panel is agreeing that there should be an investigation. I think the course of the next few days is fairly clear on that. Let's see what the investigation throws up. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, Shatarupa and Ms. Mukherjee, for joining me.